me pick it up with you where I left it off with Michael Schallenberger as a newsman. We were talking about what do we do now? What do we do with all these mass shootings, political assassinations being cheered, Luigi Mangione, Charlie, and on. You know, I'm much more in a place that the kids would call it based, you know, where I just want to defeat the other side right now. I'm so angry, and I'm angry at the left for not acknowledging what's really what motivated this, and that they cheered Charlie's murder, and now they won't say what the shooter was motivated by. It's just a mystery. We'll never know. It's like what he literally wrote out in the bullying casings. It's just, this stuff is driving me crazy. But I am more interested, even in my rageful state, in what got us here and how do we get out of it? Like, is it just total destruction? Is it mutually assured destruction? Do we have to have multiple political assassinations? You know, something like that, where we realize, holy, what are we doing? I don't know the answer right now. What are your thoughts?
You're smarter and have been doing this a lot longer than I have, Megyn. I certainly don't have the answers. The one thing I think that it comes back to, though, is that you rightly pointed out a problem that we have, which is this anger on the left and words that are being used by the leaders of the Democratic Party that clearly inspire some real, very, very messed up individuals to commit violence. And the links to that are very obvious to any fair-minded person. I think the first answer, which is no different than what my dad did dealing with me when I was younger, is honestly can identify and speak about the problem. Now, my dad didn't speak to anyone else about the fact that I had autism, but the idea that we can't honestly discuss that there is a problem with violence from the left right now is kind of wacky and very telling. I think it says that there's a lot more interest in hating Trump than there is in solving any problem that exists. And we saw this even with the RFK Jr. Press conference you're talking about, right? There was much more interest in debating the recommended dose of acetaminophen for pregnant women than there was in acknowledging that finally now we're going to talk about the scientific question of our time, which is, why has there been an explosion in autism cases? This is not hard. You know, is Trump and RFK the perfect messenger? No. But you know how many press conferences Joe Biden had on autism? Zero. You go from 1 in 1,000 cases when I diagnosed, 1 in 31 now, 3 times higher for boys, double that for poor and minority communities. And the scientific establishment is like, we don't know why this is happening, but you know, here you go, everybody's special. Like, this should be a scientific question. And finally now it is, without any sacred cows, which I think is a really important thing. And
to your point about the people would just rather hate Trump than, you know, possibly be open to the idea that maybe we found something and could prevent something as troubling as autism. The women all over X, the pregnant women, intentionally taking Tylenol just as a middle finger to Trump right after they'd been told that there are serious studies. Dr. Martin Makary of the FDA, who is a legit guy, Johns Hopkins physician for many years, said, I think the number was there have been 40 studies, 13 of which suggested not linked, 27 of which suggested there is a link, and said those 13 are not good studies. He was not impressed with the methodology. So he said the overwhelming weight is behind the conclusion that there is a link, and there's something troubling between pregnant women taking Tylenol and their kids winding up with autism. And in the face of all that, my team put together a montage for people who haven't seen it. It's disturbing. It's SOT 52.
About to take Tylenol for my headache while pregnant because I don't take my medical advice from a man who doesn't have a degree in science, healthcare, or medicine, and who had a parasitic brain infection and was addicted to heroin for 14 years. Yeah, I'll trust my doctors who have their degree.
28 weeks pregnant. You know what I'm gonna take? Some Tylenol, acetaminophen. It's gonna work like a charm, and my baby won't have autism.
That is so sick, Leland.
Yeah, and by the way, the last woman in that segment was a doctor doing that. And this is, so it is breathtaking, right? And I think I should preface this by saying I don't have a medical degree and I am not a scientist as we watch these really disturbing videos, and I have the chemistry grades to prove it. So fine. But as you pointed out, the science is not settled here. There is a lot of disagreement, and whether or not you should take Tylenol, as every doctor I've talked to, when you're pregnant, is really nuanced. The information is really nuanced. Now, that nuance was lost in Trump's press conference, but fine. But doing this of taking Tylenol to just prove that you don't believe Donald Trump, why you're a mother, what would lead a mother, even if there's a 0.00001% chance of hurting your baby, now, to do something that is completely gratuitous and doesn't help you at all, right? Just to get TikTok clicks. I'm not a parent, but it is beyond me.
No, that's mental illness. That is so sick. And by the way, that woman's so worried about the fact that RFKJ isn't a doctor, right? Okay, neither was Javier Becerra. He was a lawyer who preceded RFKJ in the role. Yeah. That was Joe Biden's guy at HHS. Did she take his advice? Because if we're waiting for chief doctor to be running HHS, we're going to be waiting a long time. They usually have doctors running like NIH, FDA, which we do have now. And by the way, those doctors are very open-minded on everything that RFKJ said. It's like, why to know that it's potentially harmful and do it anyway that doesn't bode well for those babies. It doesn't, long term, I've got real concerns about those mothers and those babies. When inflation jumps, when you hear the national debt is over $37 trillion, do you ever think maybe now would be a good time to buy some gold? Whether as a hedge against inflation, peace of mind during global instability, or just for sensible diversification, Birch Gold Group believes every American should own physical gold. And so they created something special. Until September 30th, if you are a first-time gold buyer, Birch Gold is offering a rebate of up to $10,000 in free metals on qualifying purchases. To claim eligibility and start the process, request an info kit right now. Just text MK to the number 989898. Plus, Birch Gold can help you roll an existing IRA or 401k into one in gold, and you're still eligible for a rebate and free metals of up to $10,000. So make right now your first time to buy gold and take advantage of a rebate of up to $10,000 when you buy by September 30th. Text MK to 989898 to claim your eligibility and get your free info kit now. Thanks so much for watching. If you like what you just saw, hit the subscribe button for more clips and full episodes.